Hello and welcome to the worlds beyond. Today I am going to introduce you to Samhain. You may know it as Halloween, All Hallows Eve. When the veil between worlds grows thin, the earth remembers. The air chills, the night fades, and something ancient stirs in the soil. This is the season of the dead. But long ago, long before Halloween became a night of costumes and candy, it was a sacred turning, a moment when time itself stood still. Over 2,000 years ago, the Celts called this night Samhain, summer's end. It marked the death of the year, the final harvest before the dark descent into winter. Fires burned high on the hills to guide the lost souls home, and people wore masks, not to frighten the dead, but to blend among them unseen. It was never a night of fear, but of remembrance, a time to honor the ancestors who walked before us, and to speak softly with the spirits who still linger. But Samhain was not the only night of the veil. Across the world, others remembered too. In ancient Rome, they called it Lemuria, when offerings of beans were given to the restless ghosts. In Mexico, it became Dia de los Muertos, when marigolds and candles light the path for the loved ones to return. In China, it is the Hungry Ghost Festival, and in Japan, Obon, where lanterns float upon rivers to guide the ancestors back to the realm of light. Each tradition, a mirror of the same truth, that life and death are not opposites, but reflections of one eternal rhythm. As centuries passed, the fires of Samhain dimmed beneath new names. All Hallows Eve, Halloween. The sacred became disguised as play. The spirits were forgotten, their wisdom hidden beneath masks of fright. But the old ways never truly die. They wait. In the whisper of wind through bare branches, in the flicker of a candle by a window, in the quiet knowing of those who still feel the thinning of the veil. Tonight, as shadows lengthen and the earth breathes in silence, let us remember what this night truly is. A bridge between worlds, a night not of fear, but of reunion, when the living and the dead, the seen and the unseen, walk together once more. The masks we wear on this night were once more than disguises. They were prayers of protection, symbols to confuse the shadows that wandered between worlds. Each face painted or carved, told a story of spirit and survival. The pumpkin, once a turnip in the hands of the Celts, was carved with light to guard the threshold. Its flame represented the eternal spark of the soul. When we light our lanterns tonight, we are repeating an ancient act of faith, calling the light home through the dark. But over the centuries, as kingdoms rose and fell, these sacred symbols were rewritten as superstition and play. The great bonfires of Samhain became hearth candles, and the communion with the dead became whispers of ghost stories. Yet, within the laughter of children, within the soft glow of the jack-o'-lanterns, the old knowing still flickers. For Halloween, at its heart, is not about monsters, it's about memory. It is a reminder that death is not an ending, but just a doorway, and that love, once formed, does not die. The ancestors still walk beside us, woven into our blood, our breath, our dreams. The veil only hides them from our sight, not from our hearts. Long ago, the elders believed that on this night, the source itself watched closely, listening to every flame, every offering, every whisper of gratitude. They said the veil was not just between the living and the dead, but between self and the divine. A chance to remember who we are beneath the mask, light wrapped in form. A spark of the one walking briefly through shadow. So as you walk through this night, whether you light a candle, share laughter, or stand beneath the moon, remember, you are part of a lineage older than time. Each soul a lantern in the vast dark, guiding others home. This is the night of remembering, the night of return. The veil is thin, and the light still burns. Every flame you light tonight is a promise, a vow to remember. For the spirits do not ask for fear or sacrifice, only to be remembered, only to be loved. When we honor our ancestors and the spirits, we realign the circle. We heal the thread between worlds, and the source flows freely once more, from the unseen into the seen. This is how the world mends itself, not through grand rituals or temples of stone, but through quiet acts of remembrance and love spoken into the night. Our ancestors called this night the hinge of the year, a turning point, a moment when time folds upon itself, and the soul may look backward and forward as one. It is said that whatever we carry in our hearts tonight will echo through the coming year. So let it be love, let it be peace, let it be light. Wherever you are, take a breath. Think of those who walk before you, the ones whose laughter built your joy, whose courage flows through your veins. Speak their names into the air, light a candle, offer thanks, for in doing so you call their light home and remind your old soul of its eternal flame. The veil will close again soon, but the connection remains, because love is the one thing that never dies. From darkness to dawn, from shadow to soul, we are the keepers of the flame. Blessed Samhain, and may your light always find its way home.